Hello, welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 28th of October, 2024. It is Halloween week. It is a new city. We have Miami Beach coming to the game of Upland here in the next several days. We'll get into the details. A couple things along with it, as we've seen with many of the city releases, city openings recently. We do have a Blog Explorer sale. We will have a new way, or as per our last city release. We'll have a pre-sale. We'll see how that works. And we'll go over some of the details for the release date for Miami Beach as well. It's a Monday watch party, as we do have every Monday now during football season. So that is ongoing tonight. Prizes for participating and being part of the action. And of course, it's getting late to do that, but next week is definitely a week to put on the calendar for Monday watch party for the NFLPA partnership with Upland. And that's about it. But it is plenty for tonight. We will get into all the updates here. Again, the one other thing on the list, obviously, NFLPA Week 7 passes were meant to be exchangeable today. They are not, but they will be open tomorrow, the 29th at 9:30 a.m. PT. So let's get into Miami Beach. To do so, let's get the disclaimer all the way. All views and opinions expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone. Should I be taking game strategy, financial advice, or represent the game of the team of Upland? Any views and opinions of guests or contributors who do come on, they have their own opinions. They're welcome to them. Should I be taken as game strategy or financial advice? They do not represent myself, the Goldsmith, of the Cafe Nightly Show. They represent the team or the game of Upland. Easy enough. Let's get this popped up here with a couple caveats. Caveat A is Miami Beach and Miami. Are they the same city? Well, let's take a look and see how Upland has this organized. It was a bit of a speculation to begin with, whether or not one would be, one would beget the other, and obviously one did. We had Miami, so we could have Miami Beach. And then there was a question of whether one would be tied to the other, whether they have separate collections or collections that ran together. Well, let's take a look at how that's set. Let's head to the beach. It's Miami Beach's time to shine in Upland. We're releasing on Halloween. Yeah, that is this Thursday the 31st of October. At 9 a.m. PT. However, there is a pre-sale. As we did mention, this is something that has happened in our last city release and will likely continue to happen because it is a way of Upland, bringing a little different element to the release of a city. They constantly have been talking about this balance of the people who want to competitively mint, as well as the people who can't always make those competitive mints. And it is a balance, and it is a balance that if you participated last time, you'll see that some people enjoyed it, and there's a key point to this balance. And the key point to this balance we'll take a look at, and that key point to this balance is UpX begets UpX. And we'll get into that UpX begets UpX with this idea that I've asked for a long time. If you do these sales, do the sale in UpX, guarantee that I get a better value than the UpX I spent, and give me properties in a semi-defined sense. So if I'm going to get large properties, I'm going to get small properties, I'm going to get high-value properties, I'm going to get low-value properties. And I think they've done it. So we'll get into that balance and let's see what that looks like here. But reminder is the pre-sale is going to be on Wednesday, October 30th at 9 a.m. PD to get involved if you are interested in the pre-sale bundles. And we'll talk about those as well. That's not all. We'll be having our usual passes. Again, the passes, you buy a pass, you get a chance to redeem it, get your property for yourself. Fantastic block explorers and a train terminal sale to get involved in this event as look, it's these stages of Miami Beach. Let's get this pulled up. Reminder here, I think we can do this up front. We already have Miami Beaches. Let's take a look. Get ready to experience this city's unique style as we open it up for minting October the 31st at 9 a.m. PT. Miami Beach is a vibrant coastal city renowned for its sun-soaked beaches, energetic nightlife, and iconic Art Deco architecture. That's about it. That we have it. That is a separate city from as far as Upland's concerned, the way this is organized. Miami Beach, two separate cities in the game of Upland. We've seen Upland merge relatively large cities, actually in reality larger cities than this, when we had Oakland essentially merged with Berkeley and also merged with Alameda, and we had three cities that are larger than Miami Beach all merged together, and Miami Beach gets to be its own city. It is what it is. Upland keeps writing its own rules, and this is one of them. So Miami Beach will be its own city in the game of Upland. Miami Beach, again, vibrant coastal city, sun-soaked beaches, energetic nightlife, Art Deco architecture, nestled between the Atlantic Ocean and Biscayne Bay. It is a playground for tourists and locals alike, celebrated for its lively boardwalks, world-class dining, and an unmistakable spring break vibe. Whether it's the colorful streets of South Beach, the bustling Ocean Drive, or the laid-back beach culture, Miami Beach exudes a distinctive flair that blends relaxation with excitement. Before the full launch, there will be a property pre-sale on the 30th of October, along with property passes and Block Explorer sales. Read on for more of the details about these exciting 2 days of events. Miami Beach property presale to make the city opening a little more accessible. Miami Beach will roll out over 2 days. First comes the presale. Around 25% of the overall Miami Beach properties will be available for purchase in USD and UPX, with 50% of the bundles including at least one collection property. Not a bad deal. These properties will be delivered directly to players' accounts, offering a chance to secure a piece of Miami Beach before the official launch. Registration is Tuesday, October 29th, 9 a.m. PT. Sale is Wednesday, 9 a.m. PT on the 30th of October. And then, of course, the sale ends Thursday, October 31st at 6 a.m. PT. I'm going to give you a hint. My hint is they may not last through the sell-through, because with UPX options and these bundles being sold in UPX, I could see many of them getting sold. Again, UPX begets UPX. If you're getting UPX value for UPX purchase as opposed to USD purchase for UPX value, you have more people who want to participate. You have more people who are able to participate because they have the UPX sitting in their account. They've earned it from dividends, and they're looking for a place to spend it. And here is an opportunity to do so without having to travel to Miami Beach. Purchasing this item grants a player 2 random low-priced Miami Beach properties. We're calling this the low-priced property bundle. Combined property value is guaranteed to be worth at least the UPX price of the bundle. Now, what's the cost? The cost is 22,000 UPX. The quantity is 400 properties. So 400 properties, 22,000 bundle. 22,000 UPX per bundle. Mid-price properties. Purchase this item grants players 2 randomly selected mid-price Miami Beach properties. Combined value is guaranteed to be at least the price of the UPX bundle, which is 39,000 UPX is the cost. 400 of those properties available. High-price bundle. High-price bundle is 80,000 UPX. That's 250 properties in the high-price bundle. Purchasing this item grants players 2 randomly high-priced Miami Beach properties. Combined property value is guaranteed to be worth at least the UPX price of the bundle. Note here, we're calling 80,000 UPX for 2 properties high-priced in Miami Beach. Some would be surprised to see that. Miami Beach is a relatively pricey real estate locale, but apparently that's where we're going to see those prices get set. We'll get more information about how the city of Miami Beach is organized here in a second, but we do have to get through a couple USD bundles first. We have the deluxe bundle. Purchasing this item grants players 2 randomly selected high price Miami Beach properties delivered upon purchase completion. This bundle includes a chance to receive one of 2 landmarks law and one of 20 extra large properties. Combined property value is guaranteed to be worth at least, and this is a key note, at least the UPX price of the bundle. So you're paying $100 USD. They're saying that the equivalent of $100 USD is 100,000 UPX. Again, that's the price if you were to buy the UPX at USD purchase. The honesty and the truth of in the market is you don't usually see people going and buying properties in USD for that kind of exchange rate. If you know you're going to be buying a USD property, you're going to expect to get more than that 1,000 to 1 conversion for UPX value. But there is a reason to participate. Again, one of 2 landmarks could be yours, and one of 20 extra large properties. I don't know how large extra large is. There's a 50-50 chance of getting a collection property. All those things are in your site. And then let's get the details here. The details are Casa Cesarino, which is the Versace mansion. It is 1116 Ocean Drive. That is one of the two landmarks. The other is the Bass Museum of Art, 2100 Collins Ave. That is the other landmark in the deluxe bundle. $100 is not a cheap pill to swallow. A landmark is not a bad thing to have, but 250 bundles, right? You have a 1 in 125 chance of getting a landmark. Well, that's a good deal, but $100 is a lot of money to spend to not end up with that landmark. $100 is a lot to spend for an opportunity to maybe get a landmark, maybe not. So it's up to you. It's up to your position. It is definitely a point in the game where getting landmarks is a matter of opening up your wallet and getting lucky. You got to do both. Opening your wallet and getting lucky. We see more and more of these sales. It would have been nice if there were some landmarks in an OPEX bundle and an OPEX option, but this is the reality. Upland is using the landmarks as an incentive to get people to spend USD on these bundles. 250 total. The bundles $100 a piece. City opening. On day number 2, we will be ready for the classic city opening experience in Miami Beach. If you thrive on the excitement of exploring new cities, scouting prime properties, and engaging in competitive gameplay, this release is made for you. The city opening in Miami Beach will take place on Thursday, the 31st of October. That is Halloween at 9 a.m. PT. During this time, the remaining unminted properties, along with unsold properties in the pre-sale, again, if we don't all of those bundles sell for the USD bundles, the deluxe bundles, the remaining properties will go back up for as unminted properties during the sale, during the minting. And again, will be unlocked and available for minting. To reach Miami Beach, you will need to hop on the train from Miami. We'll announce as soon as travel is open. Stay tuned. Mint Master badges are going to be available again during the official city opening. As a reminder, city openings offer a golden opportunity to secure a prestigious Mint Masters badge. Mint Masters introduces 4 distinct opportunities, activities for players to be a part of during the first 3 hours of every city opening expansion. This opens up a competitive and rewarding avenue for players, encouraging you to dive in and seize the chance to earn exclusive badges during the pivotal first 3 hours of a city release. Again, this was one of the things that Upland had done to make a city release more exciting to be a part of. At the same time, they do this pre-sale bundle. The pre-sale bundle kind of takes away some of the excitement of the city release. Number one, you don't get to be one of the first owners of property in Miami Beach by being competitive and being one of the top and being faster and to click than somebody else. The competition kind of goes away. You could say that it's a competition by getting lucky because you pre-register and then get your name gets drawn and you got to make sure to buy to the purchaser. It's not the same. It's not the same as a competitive bid. It's not the same as putting in a little bit of strategy to land in a certain area and minting that certain area. It kind of, by trying to play to everybody, again, it takes away something from the competitive mint. But again, it is something that is an experience for the people who aren't going to be there for the competitive mint to be able to buy on the bundle sale. Some properties in select neighborhoods will remain locked. This is important for this release as we prepare exciting future gamification mechanics. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. There are new things coming. Upland is holding on to certain specific properties so they can have tie-ins with other partner events. Stay tuned for more details. Collections reveal. Okay, this is key. We are getting the city. We're getting Miami Beach as a vanilla. Here's the interesting thing. We go back and check language. They said classic. They said classic because they're calling the city classic if we have a collection. A minting at all. Ultimately, classic used to mean that you would have all of the collections revealed at once. This is a vanilla city release. Miami Beach will feature a collection reveal system similar to what we had seen in Paris City Release. Collections will only be revealed once they are fully minted out, with announcements happening each Thursday for collections minted out in the previous week, with the first announcement being Thursday, November 7th. This is key. If we mint out everything, all the collections in the city of Miami Beach, we will not know what collections are collections until the 7th. So you have that week of speculation. You have the week for people to keep minting properties, hoping that they are in a collection, and then we'll find out what collections were fully minted on the 7th of November. This will continue through the end of harvest season. On Monday, the 18th of November, if not all collections are revealed, the remaining collections that are revealed or have collections that have not yet been revealed will be unlocked and then or will be locked and then repriced, and then we'll know what those collections are. They'll be reopened for minting after that locking and repricing. City Opening Collector's Pass will introduce the City Opening Collector's Passes for Miami Beach with a 50% chance to reserve a collection property. This pass offers an opportunity to own a piece of Miami. In addition, these tradable passes will act as souvenirs and can be kept forever. Holders of this pass on the snapshot will receive a specific address in Miami Beach for minting. Players will need to travel and mint the property. The minting window closes on Monday the 4th of November at 9 a.m. PT. After the deadline, any unminted properties will become available for public minting. We've had these before. This is how these usually go. Keep in mind, collection properties will only be revealed once they have been fully minted out. So even if you get a collection property from the past, you are going to have to wait to find out if it is a collection once the city's been minted out. So or once the collection area has been minted out. So essentially, you may be one of the 15% of people who got a collection and not know it until that collection gets fully minted out. And so if you get a past property, if you mint that past property and you don't know if it's a collection or not yet, you may want to hold on to it. You don't know. Registration starts on Tuesday the 29th at 9 a.m. PT for the pass. The sale for the passes starts on the 30th of October at 9 a.m. PT. That's the same time that the sale is going on for the bundles. Quantity, there's 1,000 passes at $4.99 each. Snapshot is Friday, November the 1st at 9 a.m. PT. The mint period is between the 1st of November to the 4th of November, ending at 9 a.m. PT. There is a sweetener sale, so we do have the opportunity to get some block explorers along the way. Miami Beach sweetener sale. Commemorate Miami Beach's opening with a special block explorer sweetener sale. Players will receive 30,000 OPIX and one of 4 Miami Beach themed block explorers. Let's take a look. There's Pool Party. You see the little flamingo pool floaty. There's a Sunset Palm shirt. It is a Sunset Palm shirt. Go figure. Cotton Candy Watchtower. Well, it's the color of cotton candy. It's a watchtower. Then there's Ocean Watchtower. It's a watchtower that doesn't look like cotton candy. It's blue. I think those are 4 block explorers that are pretty well described by their names. Registration starts on Tuesday the 29th of October, 9 a.m. PT. That is good. Registration starts tomorrow with a sale happening on Wednesday, October the 30th, 9 a.m. PT. Price is $30 a piece. There are 200 of these bundles overall available to sweetener sale with 50 block explorers of each design. We've had this conversation before, and I've made this point when we've had these recent sales, is even though there's 200 of these available, since there's only 50 designs of each, Upland has a stronger case to say that these block explorers are limited block explorers. There's only 50 of each of them, which is pretty accurate. $30 a piece. You are spending $30. You are getting a block explorer, and you're getting 30,000 OPIX. One would argue this is a higher price than we've seen in some other sales that do something similar, but Upland can set these prices at whatever they want, and ultimately you are getting 30,000 OPIX alongside the $30 purchase price, and you're getting a block explorer as well. Miami and Miami Beach train terminal sale. Okay, here we go. Secure your role in Miami's transportation moving forward by purchasing a Miami Beach train terminal. The city will offer 9 terminals with other 9 terminals in Miami. So terminals in Miami so that you can travel to Miami Beach. In Miami Beach, you have terminals so you can travel back to Miami. Terminal owners will earn a share of all UPX from travel for the Miami Beach terminals for the city opening. Keep in mind, the sale doesn't happen until after the release. Therefore, that balance is held aside. Then people have we have the sale. Then the proceeds are distributed to the owners of those terminals after the sale. The registration starts on Sunday, November 3rd at 9 a.m. PT. The sale is going to happen on Monday, November 4th at 9 a.m. PT. The sale price is $475. You can only purchase via the web. And there are 9 Miami Beach and 9 Miami train terminals total available. The Miami Beach details. Well, here we go. Finally, we're there. Here's the details of the city of Miami Beach. Get ready for the highly anticipated launch of Miami Beach. To help you make the most of the vibrant new city, we've included a map of all the essential information you'll need. Couple things. Let's get the neighborhoods. Let's remind ourselves of collections. Let's take a look at what percentage of the city gets opened at once and the official send fees, high, low, and default. Review the details carefully so be prepared to explore, strategize, and claim your piece of Miami Beach in Upland. 100% of the city is going to get released on this Thursday. Well, with a caveat that 25% is reserved for that bundle sale. My opinion, obviously, is that the bundle sale does cheapen or take some of the excitement away from the city minting, the competitive city minting. It's going to take some of those properties that could otherwise be quested after. People could otherwise be excited to go and try to mint in areas that are highly speculated to be collections, and take them out of the collection minting bracket. Take those properties and throw them into a bundle, and some people get them just by luck of the draw. But at the same time, there are people who want that. There's people who want to be able to participate without waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning their time because they're on another part of the world. And we have to be sympathetic of that, or I am anyways, because I understand that if Upland was telling me that I had to mint at 3 o'clock in the morning, it might not be the easiest thing for me. The official send fees, low, high, default. Low is 20 UPX. High is 100 UPX, and 40 UPX is the default in the city of Miami Beach. There will not be an airport, but there will be a terminal, 9 in the city and 9 in Miami, the city. There's total 12 collections released in vanilla mode, so we don't know what those collections are until after they've been fully minted out, revealed on Thursdays. There is a total of about 10,000 properties in Miami Beach, making it a pretty small area. At the 10,000 properties, there's going to be plenty. If there was only a couple people who are interested in minting, the more people who are interested in minting, the fewer it's going to turn out. We used to have these city releases where there's 10,000 properties and you're fighting to get one or two. And who knows? We don't know how that's going to happen. But Miami Beach has been a city people have talked about since long before Miami was a city. We got Miami, then there was a speculation of how would Miami Beach come and how would that get added in and would that be part of Miami? And no, it wasn't part of Miami. It is its own thing. There'll be 40 total neighborhoods in Miami Beach, Biscayne Island, Biscayne Point, Interior, La Gorge, there we go, Gorse. Ooh, why can't I read today? The Gorse. We have Mid Beach, Millionaires Row, North Beach, North Normandy Isle, the Ocean Drive area, San Marco Island, South Normandy Isle, South Point, Sunset Island, West Avenue. Percentage of FSA properties is a total of 10%. Well, that's nice. It's a relatively exclusive area. It's relatively pricey. It's nice that it is going to be open to the majority of the players of Upland. Keep in mind, FSA players, if you have the right amount of UPX, if you get lucky, you might be able to buy some properties that are non-FSA. But the FSA is being reserved. Take some of the lower cost properties in the city, sets them aside, and leaves them for newer players. So newer players do have an opportunity to get into the city in the short term and potentially midterm over the next week or so until those fully get minted out. Official treasure hunt tier. This is a tier 2. There will never be a future expansion because we're minting out the entire city. Minimum price. The cheapest property in the city of Miami Beach is 1,240 UPX. The highest priced property in the city of Miami Beach is 1,006,740 UPX. Go figure. I've got enough UPX in my account right now to buy the most expensive property in Miami Beach. Wouldn't that be lovely? Miami Beach Launchpad properties. There will be 2 Launchpad properties, giving you the opportunity to kind of set your own strategy, set your own drift. But at the same time, because those Launchpad properties are there, if you have the right number of cents, you can keep sending back to that property to send your block explorer the way you want to, keeping in mind that those block explorers tend to turn when you least want them to do so. 1700 Convention Circle Drive, Convention Center Drive is one of the two launchpad properties. The other is 6080 Collins Avenue. Landmarks that will be in Miami Beach. Casa Cusarina, 1116 Ocean Drive, that will be part of the bundle sale. And Fontainebleau, that is 4441 Collins Ave. When we're going to have the Basque Museum of Art at 2100 Collins Ave, that is a landmark that will be given out or would be distributed as part of the bundle sale. And then the Fillmore Miami Beach. The Fillmore Miami Beach is 1700 Washington Ave. Map. Let's take a look. This is what it all looks like. We talked about the neighborhoods. This is what we see for Miami Beach. Ooh, isn't it lovely? Prepare for Miami Beach. Prepare. As we gear up for this exciting launch, be sure to review the details and get ready to explore Miami Beach. Check the map, review the information, and make plans to secure your spot in Upland's newest city. Don't miss out on this historic event. Our city releases as exciting as they used to be. I like this is on Halloween. I do. It would be really fun if there was more Halloween events to lead up into it. Upland, tell me there was going to be, some mint event. Go to the plaza. It's all dressed up spooky. Come be part of the community during the event. Do some little crap talking a little bit if you want to. Problem with doing so in the plaza is that it kind of takes you out of the game of Upland. I mean, you could have a different or a separate instance open. You could have another device where you're playing the game of Upland and the plaza's up. But the plaza, ultimately, if you're in it in your Upland instance, it takes you out of the game of Upland, puts you direct to the plaza. But Upland, get me excited about Halloween, the time of year it is, doing things in Upland. I know other people have places to be, parties to go to, kids to trick or treat with, and candy to distribute, but not everyone does. I mean, this is a game with lots of nerds, so maybe they want to get together for Halloween in a virtual space. So sneak that in here, Upland. If you can find a way, find the time, find the energy to sneak something in for Halloween. The plaza's all decorated. Love to see it. But again, this is a release that's happening on Halloween. I'll say it probably every city that we continue to have it. That 25% reserved, 20% of properties reserved for these bundles takes a little bit of air out of my tire when I think about what I'm excited about for questing to mint. That's because some of the properties that are in the neighborhood that I think might be a collection are going to be reserved. And the way they get reserved and the way they get sold ahead of time, it looks like, oh, look at they're already sold before I even had a chance to get in there. I wish I had the opportunity in that property. Or because it's this property, that property, this property, that property, it kind of makes this weird pathway of unminted and minted properties, this kind of patchwork that doesn't always make a lot of sense. And it just kind of changes the entire dynamic of an open city release. But I'll say I always have to say that the counter is there's some people who would never be able to make it to competitive mint if that was the only option that was out there. They do the bundle, they get the properties, they're pretty happy about that. So it is a balance. It is a balance between two different gameplay styles. The other part that's kind of exciting about this is the opportunity to get a collection. The opportunity to get a collection in the bundles that is going to be there throughout the bundles. But landmarks are always exciting as well. But again, the $100 USD is always a stiff offer if I have a 1 out of 200, a 100 to 125 chance of getting what I want, right? If I'm buying a bundle for $125 because I think I might get a collection, well, there's 124 other people who are going to think they're going to get a collection in there with you as well. Actually, I should say 249 who think they're going to get a collection in there with you as well. Who think that they're going to get a landmark in there with you as well. But ultimately, only two people in that group, or only two purchases in that group, are going to get a landmark. You can't all be lucky. If you're the ones who gets the landmark, you're obviously going to say, oh, it was worth the $100. If you're somebody who doesn't get the landmark and gets two properties that add up to 100,000 UPX value, you may not feel you got as good of a deal. always consider that you may not be the lucky one before purchasing these type of bundles. If you choose to buy a bundle because you want to own the property and then also take a chance at getting the landmark, more power to you. Just know what your cost is, what your expense is, and what you are getting in return. Otherwise, it is Monday in the game of Upland during the football season. So the NFLPA watch party that Upland has every Monday did go on. If you want to participate in the future, there are giveaways for UPEX for being a part of that that watch party, communicating during the game. It's also an opportunity to relate or be in a shared experience with other Uplanders. So keep that in mind. That is in Layer 1 Upland for the chat hosted by Upland. Some of the team members, some of the staff members do get involved. And other than that, it is Halloween week. I'd love to see some more Halloween events. We know that there was, there can be a Halloween themed, sale here and there. But ultimately, there was this burn event that was kind of exciting. Having a burn event, we have the opportunity to get some Halloween themed block explorers out on the other side. We didn't have a lot of new block explorers up for sale for Halloween. Maybe we will. But it is going to be just another part of the season. We do head towards the end of harvest season. We are about 16, 17, 18, 19 days away from the end of harvest season, but we are just a couple days away from a snapshot on the 30th of October. Do complete as many tasks as you possibly can from the harvest season task, gamified task list, so you can get as big as possible reward for the TGE airdrop. So if you had Sparklet prior to TGE, that Sparklet is used to determine your airdrop. The airdrops happen twice per season. One of them is snapshot on the 30th of October in this case, and then the other on the 15th, in this case, the 15th of November at the end of the season. Your opportunity is still available. Take a look at the gamified tasks if you haven't yet. There are plenty that you could still do between now and the end of the snapshot period, the 30th, even if you haven't started them yet. So really take a peek and hop in and do some activities if you can. And then otherwise, we are going to see Miami be a little bit of excitement. We do always like to remind people, with a vanilla release, nobody knows exactly what collections are going to be released. There is always speculation. There are guides that people put together that put information out there in a way that you can digest and learn a little more about the city along the way. Some of those guides are for free. Some of those guides have a cost, but ultimately none of them can guarantee you're going to get a collection. Do your research at your own discretion, and know that those resources that are available, whether they have a cost to them or not, are put together by other players who do not have all of the information. But some of them put a lot of work into speculating by knowing what the reality of the city is and matching it with what Upland is likely to identify as collection properties. Excuse me. And some of those guides have a really strong and really high success rate. So no guarantees on anything with these guides that are put together, but there are a number out there for you to review if you choose to do so. But for tonight, thank you so much for being here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT. Keep in mind that we do have a lot to do this week. Further details can be checked, but if you do want to go back and review the Miami Beach announcement, there are more details in there. We'll probably go over it again tomorrow as we do get ready for the city release. But for tonight, again, if you're in the Upland Cafe chat, feel free to unmute your mics. Well, we will see you again tomorrow in the Upland Cafe Discord, on YouTube, on Twitter, and because it is a Tuesday tomorrow, in the Upland Plaza as well. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night.